Hey everyone, Tom here, and thanks for joining me on today's video, the fourth video of our week of piping. So yesterday you would have seen that I made a start on my Area 3 piping, and today we want to update our ortho drawing so that way we can get a sort of a flat view of the model and see what it's going to look like. So I've opened up our 00GA100 file. It hasn't been checked or updated for a while, so we can right click on that, validate the views. So the validating of the views tells us that something's changed, and then we can update the views there as well. So with whichever models are in there where it's Plant 3D is going to update them and flatten them. So what we can do is do different iterations, I guess, of the 2D drawing there. So we know it's updated that equipment vessel, but we don't have any piping in here as well just yet. So we can click on Edit View, and that will take us into the 3D view of this. So with the model selection, I want to pick the Area 1 piping. Actually, let's pick everything in everything other than the Area 00 second structure. I'm just going to say yes to everything. So what that means, it's brought in the piping model and it's brought in all the other equipment and structure, but I can see from my sheet view that it's not going to fit on the sheet. So we will make this, we'll leave it at 1 in 100. You can come through and change the scale factor. I guess you could probably even rotate the view or trim it down, but just for now, let's say OK. So to edit the scale list inside the orthos, you can just use the AutoCAD scale list command, and then you'll see your new scale list. So here it is. We have our pipe work in here. We've got some hidden lines. You can see what's going above and underneath. So again, for the time being, that looks okay. We can make changes to that later. So we're happy with that for now. And then again, as I said earlier, that this model will be done in conjunction with someone doing the piping. So just because I'm doing it in series doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be done in parallel with someone else. So someone on the other side of the office might be doing the clash checks. So we can test the model against the model and do a run, and there we've got an issue that's highlighted. So this valve operator is in the way of this pipe run here. But we still have a couple other clashes, which is mainly the structure around which we're going to fix and update. But it's good to see that we've picked up that clash. I can assign it to someone, and we can save this all out as a report as well. So it's good that we've picked up on that. And then again, for now, I'm just going to say that it is still active and we're not going to resolve it. Okay, so again, we can just maybe make a few changes here. I can set up some materials and some rendering on these if I wanted to, but in the meantime, I could always let someone else do that as well. So what we can also just have a look at is I want to start producing some pretty pictures of this model. So I can take maybe sort of a step back here, and I'm going to save this viewpoint. So over to the right here, I've got already a view made. So it's view 1 for social media, and view 2, I'm going to say website banner. So this is the view that I'm always going to be looking up for the website. If I go to view 1, you can see this is the view that I'm using for social media, and view 2 is the view that I'm using for my website banner as well. If I'm so inclined, I can put a third person in there. So what we can do is walk the model, and once I get onto the slab here, I can turn on collision, gravity, and crouch, and then that way my user, my operator on the project, he can come around, and you'll see what happens because we have crouch on. It means that the avatar that walks around has to crouch underneath that. So we might have to make a decision here on what are they going to do? Are we going to put something in the way? Do we have to move the pipe up so that they can walk underneath it without smashing their head on that pipe as well? Can also switch it to full render, so it does look a little bit more like what will happen out on site. Okay, now let's say we want to come around and have a look at this pump arrangement. I don't have any textures or material applied to these, but I can do that later. I can export this image out as a JPEG, just the view, and then again I can send that to someone just making comments about what that area is going to look like. So again, just a quick, short and sweet video today, just talking about Navisworks and its capabilities on the project. So thanks for watching. Tomorrow, come back and I will talk about updating the InfraWorks model for this week, and then we'll jump into, I think, some AutoCAD next week, some plain vanilla AutoCAD, have a look at some commands, maybe have a look at some scripts and batches that we can do just to make your AutoCAD life a little bit easier. So again, thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow.